Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Done, everybody.
Back for the finale here, the Southern Charm Season 10 reunion. This is part two, Brian. Make sure you're liked and subscribed here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whether it's your Southern Charm, your Southern Hospitality, your Summer House, your Winter House, anything and everything in between, we got you covered. Check out all of our playlists. We got all your Netflix shows, CBS reality, like I said, everything and anything in between. Brian, this was an interesting part two. I mean, there was definitely some conflict. Um, and look, I didn't really think we were going to get anywhere with the conflict, right? We had the JT Veneta stuff. It didn't lead to anything. JT didn't sweat it. And guess what? For someone who was storming off to put this guy on blast, 20 minutes later, she was bringing him a drink in his dressing room.
Right.
I mean, that guy for they've never hooked up. He's got some riz or something, man, over her for whatever reason. Like he is like her kryptonite.
Yeah, I'm glad we're leading with this because this when she was all mad at him and then she's like, "Yeah, I do want to be his friend." And I was like, "You just look so lame." And then somebody actually wrote in our comments that they were like, "Oh, I think they're both in on it." And I actually think that's right. I think that they knew what was going on. It just everything just seemed too conveniently reconciled, and to me, it just this reunion kind of pissed me off, and it just shows that nothing's going on with the show.
He
That's what it
did
shows.
not come off as a guy who was quitting the show.
No, and it's just a dumb plot point. Like both of them are useless on the show, along with a
To
lot of
be
other
fair,
people
I
on
would
those
love a
villains.
montage, a thing in the beginning of the season, like if next season he does come back and they're like, "Oh, so didn't you quit?" And they're gonna have to like flash it up on screen. He's gonna be like, "Yep." I'm curious, everyone in the comment section, let us know. Do you think he'll be back or not? We can dive into details on all of it. Want to hit a couple of the highlights too as we go across. Craig in high focus this episode, Brian. Not too heavy on. I mean, they had some, page stuff, right? But I think we're gonna get a lot of that in Summer House. A couple of
Yeah,
little tidbits here and there, but really it was just the Craig throwing a cranky fit stuff. And I think it's funny, Brian. I think if you only have been a Southern Charm watcher, sometimes you could even maybe sometimes still even at this point be a little surprised by Craig's attitudes and these kind of like high horse fits. But if you watch Summer House and Winter House too, like I finally have caught, I'm very close to being fully caught up. This is this dude's MO. This is what this dude does, man, right? It's just like what Austin does, what he does. They just are cranky losers who just throw
yeah.
fits and they don't mean anything. They're not going to not be friends. Obviously, they're going to be friends.
I think you said this on another video we did where it's just like whoever's down, they just all pounce on them.
Hmm.
And to me, this like I'm afraid of Craig. It's like, Shep, you're like 7 feet tall. Why are you afraid of Craig? Like you tower over this man. And just like I just felt a lot of the stuff where they're all getting, and I'm not saying Craig is right, but it's easy pickings, and that's kind of how these dudes and everybody on the show operates is just low hanging fruit.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, and I don't really mean like I don't care about your opinion, Rod. I don't care about your opinion, Leva. Like
No, no, get him out of here.
I mean, I'm gonna be straight up, honestly, even though we're joking about Shep. I'll at least take Shep's opinion because the other major kind of point I did like about this reunion, and I frankly wish they had leaned more into this as what it was. A 10th reunion should be something where it should be more about like the history of the show, right? They did that like one segment where it was showing their pilot kind of things or their rehearsal videos, their audition tapes, and like all that type of stuff was really funny to see things they said and how they're contradicting them now. And like that could have been like reach out to some of the old cast members. The whole thing doesn't have to be about the drama. Like 10 seasons of a show should be fun. And like, the Miss Pat stuff was fun. Like that there was some things where I'm like, this reunion could have been actually super fun if they just did this most of the time.
It could be fun, but the impression I got that there wasn't really anything going on. That's what I was getting from those moments. It's like what you said, like a commercial break plus on Pat and got nowhere. No really like. great information about like her dropping some nuggets of like, oh, I love Madison. It's like, oh no shit, you love Madison. And then also like it's cool to see those highlights. Like I'm not hating on it, but it's just to me it showed nothing happened this season.
No, there's no dynamic change within this group based off any of
Yeah,
the events. I mean, there's some crankiness towards one another and all, but I don't feel like anything has super changed for anyone, at least in the dynamic. Now, look, well, and look, it's gonna be the same thing next season. They're gonna talk about, oh, Craig doesn't hang out with us. Well, guess what? He's not gonna be hanging out with them again either, because guess what? They don't all really hang out. It's the Vanderpump effect, right? At some point, 10 years later, you're all not gonna really hang out. You all do, some of them have families, kids, real issues. Some of them travel, some of them like Shep and don't do anything. So they just like wander around the world, right? Like so like there isn't a ton of mashup there. So for the fact that, like you said, Brian, I was entertained, but if you really scoop more than an inch deep, you're like,
there's nothing there.
there's nothing much there, right? There's nothing festering into next season.
Like I honestly would be good if this was it.
Like Craig's dating someone already. Craig's dating like an heiress, like a bajillionaire. Like it's like you think Craig's gonna be around and like be hanging out and worry about Shep dogging him next season, or if Austin care like is Austin's opinion of him? Like no, that crap's not gonna matter.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know where the show goes because just like it really is it struggled to find plot points this season and I thought they were pretty weak at best. Like who was
They
it?
need
Sally and
to.
Taylor arguing? Like they're
You
yelling at
listen,
each
like
other
I
because like
said, I
who
jokingly said
cares?
you need to take like a Taylor, you throw her on the hospitality because she's at least someone who's young enough, right? And then for the old hounds, the Craig, the Shep, even like Austin, and you do whatever you can to get a couple legacy characters back, and you do like one more season. You do one season, get whoever you can get back, and do a victory lap and get out of there before everyone hate watches it. Now it's not going to happen because it's got good ratings. So we're getting, if next season's not announced as the last season, means we're getting at least two more, right? So there we are.
Yeah. I mean, I just like these people more than I did on Vanderpump. Like I feel like Vanderpump it was like becoming a chore to watch with like these
No,
plot
I
points.
don't hate watch a lot of these people on this individual show again. Now that like I've caught up on Summer and Winter House, I hate watch a lot on that more than I do on this show, for sure. Even people from this show, I like dislike them way more on those shows than on this show. Like Austin with Sierra or just Craig in general, like throwing money at people and like being a drunk.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
we
It's
knocked out another season, Brian. Another Charm season, another Charleston Thursdays in the book with Hospitality Charm. Summer House is still powering through in season 9, but we will finish that season up and the reunion. Check out our playlists. If you're a Netflix fan, we've been doing The Trust over the first 2 weeks. It's a new show, but we have cast interviews already, one out on the channel, two more interviewed, hopefully another one in the pipeline right behind that. So if you're into cast interviews and stuff, to go check out a show. It's been a fun little start. So hope you check it out. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Check us out on TikTok as well. But for myself and Brian, thank you so much for watching.